Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today I have once again a double overview for you guys because today I'm going to be talking about episode 41 of The Bad Batch and the third episode of X-Men 97. Now, The Bad Batch, oh my god, that was good. First of all, we find out who Fennec's contact was from the last episode. It's Asajj Ventress, as I had predicted, so there's a prediction win on the board, let's go. And then we see her approach her, we see Omega approach her unintentionally, and then we find, oh my god, Asajj Ventress is here. And then Batcher, of course, Omega's pet from Mount Tansis, runs for the Bad Batch and says, basically says Omega's in trouble, come help. And then the Bad Batch are like, who the hell are you, and what do you want with Omega? Then she says, oh, Fennec sent me, and then I'm here to help Omega. Because then, eventually, Omega tells her that they're trying to find out what M count is, and then Asajj says, oh, I know how to test for that. Allow me to help. And then, once the tests begin, Crosshair does some research, and says, yeah, this is who we think it is. It's Asajj Ventress. And then the Bad Batch get crazy defensive. Like, really defensive. It's insane. Because we see Asajj send her off for another one of the midichlorian tests, at which point her and the Bad Batch engage in an all-out fight. And by the way, she debuts her new yellow kyber crystals in her lightsabers. It's the exact same lightsaber she had in the Clone Wars, just with yellow blades instead of the red she used to have, which is really cool. And surprise, surprise, the Bad Batch get their butts kicked. Considering that, she's force sensitive. And then the final test is Omega and Asajj heading out to the ocean on Pabu to attempt to reach out to some of the wildlife in the ocean through the Force. Omega gives up pretty quick, frankly, on all three tests. She doesn't seem to have very much patience. And then, in the end, Asajj shows her what she could do if she really tried, because she believes she has quite a high midichlorian count, and that would be why the Empire's hunting her. However, it does go wrong as a massive sea creature grabs Asajj Ventress and almost eats her. However, while the Bad Batch fly over in the Marauder to help, she does manage to calm it down with the Force. And then at the end of the episode, she kind of lies and says that, no, Omega's midichlorian count is not high enough, and Hunter pretty much clocks onto that immediately, while Omega kind of doesn't. And then Asajj flies away, end of episode. So that was really good. Now, X-Men 97. This was a good episode because it led off straight from the last one with the clone Jean Grey showing up, as it was revealed pretty quick that, yeah, it's a clone. However, we don't know who made her. However, pretty quickly into the episode, we do. And it is none other than recurring villain from the X-Men animated series, Mr. Sinister. And it turns out that the plan with this Jean Grey is to make her evil, which she manages, which he manages quite easy, and she becomes the Goblin Queen for a little while. And unfortunately, the Jean we know is incredibly injured. In fact, she kind of forgets how to use her powers for a while, which was very inconvenient, as she could still use them, she just couldn't remember how, so she was getting a lot of voices in her head, causing her an insane headache. Eventually, Logan brings her out of it by saying how much he means to her, and he just says to focus on my mind only, which definitely helps. However, there is something revealed quite early on in the episode. We don't know which is actually the original Jean. Yeah, for all we know, the clone could be the original, we aren't sure, which is quite interesting. However, at some point during the episode, the Jean clone turns the Xavier Mansion into a literal hellscape, at which point the X-Men just go nuts. They try and fight their way out of it, but thankfully Jean, before she's injured, manages to help the X-Men out, which is what kind of knocks her powers out, because she had to use that much of them. It really messed with her, basically. But thankfully, by the end of the episode, Scott manages to bring back the clone genes to the good side, and then her and Scott together kick Mr. Sinister's butt. Big time. And then at the end of the episode, well, by the way, Roberto's back. He has not disappeared, thank God, because I do feel he could have a lot of expansion in this series. Anyway, by the end of the episode, we see the new Jean Grey leave the X-Men mansion and takes up the new name of Madeline Pryor. So I think she'll be coming back at some point. And we also have a little bit of a scene, literally a quick little scene, with Storm. And then she is in a bar in Texas and finds one of Professor Xavier's old friends who says, yeah, I can help you get your powers back. And that was the third episode of X-Men 97. And that is it for this video, so please, give the video a like, subscribe to mine and Roxanne's channels, her link's down in the description, last button is down there, please click both of those and then the bell icons to get both sets of our notifications. Comment as well, because why not, and let me know what you thought of these episodes of The Bad Batch and X-Men 97. Once you've done that too, please follow me on my social medias. I'll be down in the link tree in the description below that. It's going to be Roxanne's website. And lastly, please do share this video with all your friends so they can join the infinite loop of liking, subscribing, commenting, following, and sharing, and around and around and around that loop. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for this week's F1 News Update. Goodbye!